Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. And I just went to go live, and the entire screen went white. Not the screen, like it just washed out white. I was still there, but it looked like there was like the sun in my face. I had to start the whole thing over. Bidsall, good to see you. Brock Bendy, Barbara Aldrich, thank you for being here. Mischief Managed, the Arabian Bard, Arwa, thank you for being here. Krista Melinda, back from her recent termination. Rick Spicer, Mr. Wolf, Brian Vandenbroek. Let's make sure I don't want to miss anybody. Anyway, I hope you guys are all great. Sam, good to see you. Clayton Collins. So, I don't know if you guys saw that video today that I did this morning. I got this hate letter. You guys didn't see it. It was pretty funny. You never thought I'd read it. Rob McMullen, good to see you. There's the dude. Rick Spicer, what a guy. Burrell, the man, the myth, the chili head. He understands the program. Drew V, good to see you. Mr. Jeremy Fowler. Happy New Year to everybody. Roland Arthur, thank you for being here. Hi, Robin. Robin Bliss. Ethan Morgan. Noah, good to see you. It's a funny letter. Here, I'm going to read the letter to you. It's a funny letter. Hi, Dean. Good to see you. Jane. Tracy. Give me just 1 second. So I shaved half my head with a skull shaver today and half the head with a razor, just to see the difference. Because when I first did it, you can't really tell. Windmill Willie, good to see you. Keith Kingman, hello there. You really can't tell. Like just when you get out of the shower, you're like, man, seems like it's almost the same. But then by the end of the night, it's a little different. Just a little. Never ask you to do this. Hit the like button, people. Please do that. And you're going to hear a funny video. It says, Johnny, I came after watching the Howtown video about hot ones. When you did your video about the last stab experience, I left a nasty comment. You thanked me for my comment and proceeded to pin it, so I deleted it. It's called the pin of shame. The pin of shame. That's what I do. Robin Bliss. She just said something. Missed your video earlier. Been entertaining my family. Just moved back from Argentina. Well, I'm glad you. Thank you for being here. And listen, family is more important. So spend your time with them. Anyway, this is funny. So somebody leaves a really bad comment. I'll just thank them and pin. I'm like, oh, you need some attention? I'll give you some attention. And I pin their comment. Laser Show, good to see you. And then you guys all handle it. It's pretty funny. Anyway, so I did that to him and he deleted it because that's what they normally do. The Howtown video essentially supported your video about the sauce. Here at this point, when I first read the first time I read it, up until this point, I thought I was going to have a positive letter. I thought it was going to be like, hey, I'm sorry for leaving the nasty the comment. That's what I thought I was going to get. He says, the Howtown video essentially supported your video about the sauce. It changes nothing. I still don't like you. I just dislike Ed Moore. He's dishonest. You're a smug. There's a bleep in there because I'm not going to say the word. YouTuber who thinks he's important. You're not. This is the clincher. This is where it gets great. You probably won't read this at all, let alone for your followers. It would bruise your ego. Keep influencing and thinking you're important. He spelled bruise wrong and influencing wrong. I just think that's the funniest email. Arwa, you are so sweet. Thank you for doing that. She just gave away 10 memberships. Holy moly. Listen, the guys that are getting memberships, please check out the Couch Time series. There's challenges there that nobody's ever seen. Russ Allen. Thank you, Arwa. You are a doll. Russ Allen, thank you so much. You know, I thought Tommy had told me that Casper sent me that. It was you, my dude. The skull shaver. Thank you so much, man. You know, I was just saying this morning when I was in the shower, I shaved half with the skull shaver and half, or this side with a razor and this side with a skull shaver, just to kind of see right when you get out, there's no difference. It really is. It's pretty amazing. But thank you. You're a star, man. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. So isn't that funny? I'm thinking, here's what I'm going to do. To me, it's kind of funny. I'm just going to, yeah, I did, Russ. You're such a star, dude. Thank you so much. I'm catching up with the comments. If you have any comments or questions, throw some cues in front of it. Yeah, listen, Russ, I dig it. You know, it's funny. There are times in my life, like if you look at the bathroom, I've got a razor, like a kind of like the big thing, but it's made by Schick Hydra, right? If I'm using a blade. But here, Kristen, thank you so much, Chris and Melinda. Bus members, check out the members only content. There's the playlist. There's like 160 videos that you haven't seen unless you have that. So please check them out. So I have the razor. I also have a straight razor. Sometimes I shave with a straight razor. Heard ya. Important to you guys. That's all that matters. Thank you. That's what I said this morning when I did the video. I'm like, I'm important to squirrel. So I had, but then there's the skull shaver. And sometimes, depending on like my lifestyle, the skull shaver right now is perfect for me. It really is. It's perfect. Is the skull shaver AI? Asked Bella Lugrisi. No, it's not. It's not AI. It's just it's the Rolls Royce of shavers. It's an amazing instrument. It really is. And it carries a charge for a long time. I've used them before. They're great. Rosanna says, Brock, Noah, what do people think they're really getting out of those type of emails? I don't know, but here's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to read when I get those, because some of them are really funny. When I get them, I'm going to read them, but from now on, like this morning, I was a knucklehead, and I said the guy's name. From now on, I'm going to just put a fake name in, so they don't even get the credit for the email. Travis says, you going to grow hair again? Look like Dr. Phil? I don't think so. No, I don't want to do that. I like being bald. I really, really like being bald. I had a dream right after the first year of the channel, maybe it was the second. I had a dream where I woke up and all my tattoos were gone. And I had a lot less of them then. But all my ink was gone and I had hair. I went just like this. And you realize I was bald. I'm like, we're good. I hooked at all my spots. And the ink was still there. But I like being bald. I mean, and here's the truth of it. I swear to you, it takes me so little time to shave my dome. The older we get, the more we can use help with everything. It's a fact. You know what, though, Russ? Let me tell you something. I wouldn't change it with anybody. I love the years. You know, I'm way more content. The older I get, the happier I get. Work with Kate Jordan. Hello, work with Kate Jordan. Thank you for being here. Hello, Anne. You are a rock star. Lisa Trimble is here. Shut up. Where's Lisa Trimble? Where is my Lisa Trimble? Laser Show's name is Travis. Lisa Trimble, you're here. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. You're a good woman. Brian says, when you go out for a meal, do you have a favorite thing to eat when in the mood for something spicy? You know what? I'm not sure. Probably not. I just, whatever. I don't like getting steaks. I like steaks once in a while, but I can't get a steak in a restaurant the way I like it. So I don't usually, I'll cook a steak at home, but in a restaurant. I like seafood a lot. Arwa says, I love bald men. Well, it's a good thing. It's a thing, Some people look good bald, some people don't. I have a friend, Tommy and I were working, we were running a business, and we had a guy named Joel that was one of our managers. And this is true. When you got promoted to manager, we brought you down to the local sport. It's called the Auto House in Reno. We got you a Porsche 911. It was a company car, and you could drive it while you were so everybody was like killing themselves to be a manager. And this dude, Joel, became a manager. And he was a super nice guy. No two ways about it. Nice guy. His wife, we called her Leviathan. She was just a mean person. Beautiful, but mean. And he got promoted to a manager right as they stopped the program where they were giving Porsches away for being a manager. And he didn't know it. So he was fighting like crazy to get the spot. He gets the manager. And every manager we had we had a one that was a woman, but all the managers that were men shaved their heads. Tommy had his head shaved. I had and this is a time where Tommy and I looked like twins. So we're sitting in the office one day. We had just promoted him the day before. He thinks he's going to get a Porsche out of it. He doesn't know he's not yet. Stay humble. Good to see you. He doesn't know he's not getting a Porsche yet. And I don't want to say anything. So we're in the office, and he walks across, and we look at him, and his head, he has black hair, right? This is in Reno. He shaved his head. He looked like a Q-tip swab. He was tall, about 6'2", about 160 pounds. He looked like a Q-tip walking across the parking lot. He had a dark shirt. His head was bone white. His head was so white, and it looked like a golf ball. He had dents on it, like someone like wrapped him in the head with a bat on the way to the office. He just had like he didn't have a good head to be shaved. He shows up to work. He's inquiring about his Porsche. We're like, I didn't want to tell him, but I had to tell him. About an hour later, his wife shows up. She was so mad. She was mad at, honest to God, Tommy asked to tell the story. She was mad, jumped into Tommy and I for her husband shaving his head. I'm like, we didn't tell him to shave his head. She was, all the managers had their head shaved. I'm like, we don't put a gun to their head and say, hey, shave your head? Come on. You don't do that. It's up to him. If you want to shave his head, it's up to him. Then she started asking about the Porsche. I'm like, oh, no one's getting a Porsche anymore. As we're driving away in our Porsches. It wasn't good. So last night, One Hot Minute, Kristen Melinda's husband did it. It wasn't that a fun 1 hot minute? That's got to be it's got to be from now on. We got to do 1 hot minute on New Year's. That was really cool. For those who weren't there last night, it was the closest thing to an actual presentation from me as you're ever going to see. I actually had it like there were pictures that kind of went along with what I was telling you about. What I did was I went back to the beginning of the year and I scrolled through the pictures of all the videos I did, and I highlighted, kind of made a mental note of the ones that were significant. And we just talked about the big things that happened. It was really fun. And then after it was over, we just kind of chewed the fat and talked. It was great. Did a 1 hot minute. We had a bunch of people doing it. Kristen's husband. It was funny. She's tougher than he is. It is what it is. I'm sorry if you're watching, but she's tougher. She did this and came down, and he just did this and stayed there for a while. They didn't have you avoided the calf cramps. That's a victory right there. Gamer Jackie, so glad you're here. He did say the tube of terror was the spiciest of all things we consumed. Pretty hot, Kristen. They really are. Thumpaholic, you gotta be kidding me. Greetings. Thank you for being here. Bella Gracie says that shaver looks like Transilion's thought unifier, model 11 from Fringe. Listen, it's cool. I really listen. If I have all kinds of time and there's no rush, I prefer shaving my head with a straight razor. I enjoy it. It's fun until you cut yourself. When you cut yourself, you nick yourself with a razor. You just nick yourself. But when you're shaving with a straight razor and you don't nick yourself, you cut yourself, and so. But if I have a lot of time, I really enjoy shaving with a straight razor. But the skull shaver fits me right now. Joe Swanton. Greetings. Squirrel is right. Squirrel. I don't know. She's been really working me today. That's probably because Tommy's gone. She's been killing me. Demanding, very demanding. As she ate a jalapeno, burned my tongue and ate. Listen, jalapenos do that. They'll do that. It's that kind of, it's a sneaky pepper. You can't trust it. Laser show. Travis. We had family bingo at our house. Simple prizes we all bought. I had 2 of my family members eat ghost peppers with me. That's cold-blooded, man. I can't believe you do that. See, if you did that with a jalapeno, that's asking your family to do a lot if they're not chili heads. But man, if you got that's pretty bold. Chili Chaplin, you sent me an email. Thank you, Chili Chaplin. I will look for it. Ragnar, good to see you. How do you like your steak? You can't get it in a restaurant. I like it. Burgers, I like cooked through. I don't like a rare burger, but steak, I like black and blue. I like it almost raw, like almost uncooked. And you can't get a restaurant to do that. The last good steak I had was with Paul and Shahina in London. A really cool picture of it too. We were in this restaurant and I was talking about it. They said they have great steaks here. I said, I can't get a steak the way I like it. But I get something else. They said, what do you mean? How do you like it? I said, I like it like practically rare. Oh no, they're fine with that. It's different over there. Eat Secret Pepper Eater. Good to see you. They brought that thing, and I'm telling you something. It was rare, but delicious. So it's hard to get. I get it. Restaurants are sketchy. They're scared about cooking stuff like that. So we get sick. This kind of thing. I shave my head every 2 weeks with clippers, no attachment. I can grow hair, just choose not to. Shower, fast showers. Yeah, you know what? I shave it every single day. I bick it. I either do it with a razor. It only takes, I swear I can do my whole head. I did a video of it, a minute or two. I mean, it's fast. It doesn't take long. Hit the like button, says Aura. Please do that. Appreciate that. Hit a red jalapeno, burned my tongue and ate. Did I already say that? I think I did. I'm reading it twice. I got you taken care of. I got you, Silver Surfer. But have him reach out anyway. So, did anybody do anything crazy last night? For who stayed up last night? Put a 1 in the chat if you stayed up till midnight and watched that whole thing change. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't. I just listen. I don't do the whole staying up all night thing. Gamer Jackie says, Johnny, sear both sides, slap its butt, excuse me, and ride the rest home. And they always make my medium rare overcooked. Gamer Jackie, that's it. When I'm with Foy, David Foy in Fort Mill, we have steaks a lot, and that's what we do. We just sear it really quickly on each side, locks everything in there. Amazing. Jonathan, good to see you. Happy New Year. Can't wait to see how many people stayed up till midnight. I just can't do it, man. Look at that. Wow, Han just gifted 10 Chase the Heat memberships. Thank you so much. Honestly, that's such a cool thing. I'm so excited for those of you who get a membership like that. There's so much cool stuff there. Thank you for doing that. You know what's crazy? True Crime Nut, good to see you. I heard, I don't remember hearing lots of fireworks, but I heard lots last night. Jamie Palmer, good to see you. Justin. See that? Smirk Halfling. I'm the same way. Listen, I don't like staying up late. Arwa, I was up way too late. Arwa, do you ever sleep, hon? Seems like you're up a lot. Mark Albert's good to see you. I used to, for a long, long time, I just got by with 4 hours of sleep, but now I'm doing much better. I get about 6 hours of sleep. Pretty cool. Sonny the Bee, so good to see you. Happy New Year's. My friend's birthday is in 16 days. Very awesome. Mom cooks steaks. Well done, says SG. I think you cook the flavor out of it. I get bummed out seeing a steak cooked like the way I don't like it. Bums me out. I don't care about burgers. Who cares? But a steak cooked the wrong way, it's like, oh. Lennon, do you like curry? I do. I'm not just guy. You know what? Here's the thing. I've said this before. Lennon, I'm probably the worst guy in the world to be a reviewer. Hi, Kathleen Menzies. Or I'm the best guy in the world to be a reviewer. Because how many times have you guys seen me say, yeah, I don't like this? Have you guys ever seen me say that? I'm not a pushover. There's other stuff I like more than others. But, you know, I like most stuff. I really do. Thank you, Han. That really was cool. Jonathan asked, do you think peanut butter is a good way to stop the burn on super hots? Yeah, you know, super hot, for sure. Peanut butter works. There's a cat in here. Lemon juice helps. Bread, believe it or not. Well, you guys know bread helps. Milk will help a little bit. And the higher the fat content in the milk, the better it is. You know what I mean by that? If you have like 2%, not going to help you so much. If you have like heavy cream, it's going to help you a lot. It bonds to the receptors on your tongue and kind of blocks them. Gamer Jackie says, to receive memberships, make sure you are not on a brand account and click the gift that's pinned. It should take you a toggle to turn on acceptance of gifts. Do that. Thank you guys for giving us. Really, really cool. I appreciate that. Oh, Sam says, this is where I disagree. Steak should be cooked medium. Your steak should be cooked medium. Let me tell you where I fell in love with that whole, oh man, Cat's using her new cat machine. It's not a cat box. It's a cat machine. First time I ever fell in love with steaks that the way I like it now is I went to visit a buddy of mine that I've known forever named Doug. Wonderful guy. I love him. Known him since I was like 18 years old. We're still friends. And I went to visit him, and he went to Canada and got Brador, which was my favorite beer at the time. Squirrel, come on. Oh. Thanks, Squirrel. And he went to the kitchen. Stinks. Went to the kitchen to cook the steaks, and he comes back and goes, "We got a bummer, dude. Oven's broken." So we just ate him raw. It was amazing. And ever since then, I just prefer raw steak. What's the benefits of a membership laser show? There are about 160 videos there. I do live streams fairly regularly just for the bus pass. In fact, we did a bus pass only 1 hot minute last month. It was pretty cool. But there's challenges that are, and every single thing, there's like 160 videos. Every single video you see as a bus pass have never, ever been seen anywhere else on the regular channel. Let me tell you how many videos are in bus pass right now. Yeah, I'll tell you. 171 videos currently. So that's the benefit. You just get to see a whole lot of stuff that you can't. Like there's a couple preps and a couple aftermaths. I never show aftermaths. Squirrel spaceship, it really is. Listen, when you're cat box, you gotta have an app that tells you when she went in, when she got out, what she did. It's a pretty cool cat box. Steak should be blue. My girl. See, man, flavor is so good. All right, so Sam says the only reason I say that is because my brother likes steaks cold. My brother likes steaks cold on the inside, just a light sear on the outside. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would rather have it completely raw, uncooked, than cooked that much too much. For real, I think it's ruined if you cook too much. There you go. Mr. Wolf says, I like my steaks as close to rare as possible without the meat being cold. I don't like cold meat. You guys ever heard of that? What's it? Sous vide? Is that what the thing's called? I think I'm saying it right. Kathy, good to see you. I could be wrong. It's a bag. You shove your steak in, put it in water, and the water heats up and it cooks inside the bag. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Well, Foy does that. All right. And then he takes it out of the bag, slams it on a thing, sears it for just a second, and serves it. And I'll tell you what, I'm a believer. See that? No thing's called. Wicked good. You know what? Lawn Dog says, Johnny, what's going to be New Year's dinner? Anything special? Nothing special. You know what I had this morning, though? I reviewed this sauce, Southern Symphony from Villain Hot Sauce out of Canada. And I'm telling you, one of the best barbecue sauces I've ever had in my life. I ate half the bottle today. True story. It's half gone. Analog Adventures, sous vide. Thank you so much. Well, I'll tell you what, Gamer Jackie, it's right there. It's my fast gun. Analog Adventures stayed up. Oh, bold. And lit some fireworks with a fan. Usually don't stay up for midnight, though. Yeah, you know, it's just late. My dad used to say it. I used to think he was old. Like, nothing good happens after midnight. Now that I'm an old dude, I'm like, nothing good happens after midnight. Unless you're with me, and then something really good is going to happen after midnight. I'm solo these days, so nothing good happens after midnight. Rolled Arthur, sous vide is nice, but well done. Oh. My mom would cook roast beef well done and dry. Oh my gosh. Bizzle says, Johnny likes his steak to move. I do, man. I do. I like it raw, raw, raw. Arla, the medium rare. Ann's going to be over at 8. And there you have it, people. We got a problem. I started, what time is it now? We got a little time. Pittsburgh style, black and blue. It's rare but delicious. The only way. Boy, you know, I had a steak. I went to a place called the Brown Derby. Just a crazy steak. You know, good steak is memorable. Drew V, good to see you. My grandpa liked his prime rib, cool in the middle, seared it for 10, 20 seconds each side, salt and pepper. That's awesome. Last time I was in the Philippines, I'm hanging out with some buddies. Like, it's just a funny story. Wicked cool dude. He's got some exotic reptiles, which I used to breed. Now the cat, see? You can't hear it probably because the mic's not picking it up. It's doing this number. In 2 seconds, it's going to look perfect, like it's brand new, like she's never stepped in it. She walks by, looks in there, she thinks I did it. So we're hanging out in his house. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. This is my first trip there. No, yeah, it was my first trip there because I was drinking that night, and I was sober on my second trip there. But it was my first trip there. It's like 3 or 4 in the morning. He goes, we're all sitting around. It's late. He goes, Johnny, you like steak? I said, yeah. Who doesn't like steak? You want one right now? I said, now? I said, it's like, what time is it? He goes, who cares? You come with me. We go into his house, and we're in his house. We go to this little room off to the side. He ages his own meat. We walk in this room, and it's hanging. He's got meat hanging on the inside of a butcher shop. It's the craziest thing. He goes, he was picking the days, like 40 days or so. He was counting the days. They were all labeled. And we pulled one off the hook, and no knives. You can cut it with a fork. I'm not making it up. But that was one of the better steaks I'd ever had. I'd never been where a dude was aging them right there on the spot. It was very cool. Sam says, have you ever had a coffee rub steak before? What'd you call me, Sam? Have I ever had a coffee rub steak before? No, I've not. I'm game, though. Let's make that happen. Bella says, don't trust the AI cat box. It's perfect. Here's the thing, and I feel bad for saying this. The company was very sweet. They gave me one. I got to make a video. It's worth it. I don't know if I would have spent, they're like $600 for this thing. I just don't know if I would spend $600 on a cat box. Now that I got it, it's really weird. If you ever could take this thing for a test drive, you'd be like, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it for 2 reasons. You never have to touch anything. But more importantly, your cat steps onto a brand new litter box every single time. And I remember she just dropped a deuce. It was stinking. Now it's flipped. It's gone. We're good. Have you had a bottle that was so good, you eat it all in one meal? Sure. I've done that so many times, Bizzle. You know what happens? I put it on like the meal I'm having. Then I'm putting that salad, using a salad dressing. I've done it so many times. It happens. See, Noah, my dude says the longer you cook the steak, the less juice it has, and thus no flavor. Maldini. How can we get something, peace, love, and harmony if we still have something called slaughter? Listen, some people don't do the meat thing. I get it. Some people do. I don't hate on ones who don't. I almost married a vegetarian once. I was a vegetarian for 2 years because of that. I used to cheat on her. Not with another woman, with burgers. Cool, Silver Surfer. Oh, no way. I have to empty the box. The first time, it's just, oh, it's going to tell me in my app. Because they give you a text message when I have to change this is so cool. Yeah, thing's worth it. It's amazing. All right, Silver Surfer, I'll get with you after Susan is done. Tom Broom had a brown derby in Florida. Also went to a place in New York called Peter Luger's. And that was probably the best steak I ever had. Yeah, that was insane. It was super, super expensive. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here that are believers. A lot aren't. It's okay, but this is about peppers, so let's kind of back that off just a bit. Appreciate that. Tony Tudor, trying to watch you and Reese. That's dedication. All you guys are dedication. Listen, I have so much love for Reese. If you guys don't know, Reese is going to be my sister-in-law. Reese and Tommy are getting married. I knew it was going to happen, you guys. Totally. Anyway, they're going to get married, and they're wonderful. So there's so many wonderful people from Reese and Tommy's over here, and I just appreciate it. It's pretty cool. One more question, Jonathan, if I don't mind. Of course I don't mind. My friend has been making salsa, experimenting with both super hots and regular peppers. What would you recommend as a good combo? You mean mixing the two? Is that what you mean? Do just if you I'll tell you the truth. For me, Jonathan, for salsas, I really prefer yellow super hots in salsas. It's pretty. They taste great. You can still get plenty of heat. So with the salsa, that's what I would go. And I would add to it something green, either serrano or jalapeno. So you get a balance in the color, and that's a gorgeous salsa. Boom. Keep it up, Melinda. Listen, I'll need to talk to you after the show's over in my office. Heard ya. Do you like brisket? Who doesn't? I love brisket, but you know what's funny about brisket? If they don't do it right, no bueno. Gotta cook that right. Oh, squirrel, what's up? Oh man, come here. What do you want, squirrel? I'm working. Can you cut me some slack? See, that's how I feel about Roomba. She resisted it. Now I feel like it's the best purchase ever made. Listen, I love this thing. Now, by the way, listen, it's $600, but if you use promo code Scoville, get it for $450. Still an expensive cat box, but damn, is it good. When you clean the box, you pull this thing out and go zip, throw it out, drop a new bag in, shut it, and you're good to go. Pretty awesome, isn't it, squirrel? Hey, you know what? They'll show fart around sometimes. Like she's going to do it right now. As soon as it's done, it'll right itself, and she'll go, it looks pretty, she'll step in it. Just because it looks good. The machine doesn't know she's stepping in it because it looks good. She'll get out of it. 5 minutes later, it cleans it again, thinking she did business. So it's a smart cat box. It's just not that smart. All right, Maldini. You can get a soap box about meat and slaughterhouses, but you're going to need to do that on a different channel, my friend. The real question is, what's my favorite cut of steak? Man, hey, squirrel, come here. I don't know. I like porterhouse a lot. I like a New York strip a lot. Come here, squirrel. Come on. Come on up here. She give me the stink eye. Thanks, squirrel. She does not do that unless the camera's going. She won't jump on my shoulder like that. I've ever had pancit. If not, you need to try it. My Filipino aunt just made some for us. I think I have. Hey, squirrel, if you please, that was your New Year's resolution. You're not going to knock stuff off. Jeremy Fowler, are we going to get a short of this magical cat box? You're getting a short and a long. They only said they said, look, will you make a video? I said, if it's as good as it looks, I'll give you more than one video. I'm going to do a bunch because here's the deal. I mean, you'll save a ton of money, and I care about cats. You know what I mean? And honestly, it sounds crazy, but cat, every single time she steps in it, it's an absolutely brand new cat box. Heard ya. Do you agree that you should never use A1 on a good steak? Only if it's a bad steak. Even on a bad steak, I wouldn't use A1. The only thing I rarely will put anything on steak but salt and pepper. That's it. I want to taste the steak. I think when I was a kid, I loved A1. I did. And it's got a great flavor. I just don't like it on steak. If you haven't checked out, squirrel, lay down. If you haven't checked out Relatable Reese, please do so. It's my sister-in-law right here. Crazy to say. Her husband, my brother, there's his channel. Please check him out. I bet the yellow super hots add a nice fruitiness to the salsa too. Yeah, to me they do. They're but then again, it's just different strokes for different folks. I think I've always been a huge fan of yellow super hots. Yellow Gamer Jackie yellows, a little bit sweeter, but you get these citrusy notes on super hots that are just one in particular. A couple. Tom Broom has got a couple. The Killer Yellow, he's in the chat. He grows that. Even more citrusy is a pepper he has called the lemon yellow brain. And I'm not joking you. If you were blindfolded and I cut a couple of these open and held them in front of you, you would think it was a lemon. You would never say, "Hey, who's got the peppers?" You would just say, "Man, is it lemon or lime? What is that? I'm smelling citrus." You never think it was a pepper. And when you taste it, you're absolutely tasting strong citrus notes. So I think those are the reasons that I like them just munching on them. But I think those are also the reasons it would be really, really good in a salsa. Ragnar says, are there any salsas that use super hots on the market? I would check. I'm forgetting the name. I shouldn't have even clicked on it. Doug. I can see. I know Doug. I know the name. Yeah, I think there are a few. But even the ones that you see mainstream aren't going to be piping hot. She's not in real trouble. I fired her yesterday. If you weren't on the show, you don't know it. Dang it. I was done visiting Linda's office at HR. Where's Dale Cox? Says Clayton. See you, bro. My brother. I don't know where Dale is. Probably eating pods or growing pods or something. Here we go. C Beat says, what do you think is harder, the Carolina Reaper or the Dragon's Breath? Flip a coin. I've had some Dragon's Breath that were hotter. I had some Reapers that are hotter. They're one of the flip a coin. And here's the truth of it. I'm being really straight with you. Most people in the chat, I'm not sure about this chat. Most people in life are not going to have a tolerance high enough to even know the difference. You know what I mean? That's so hot that you wouldn't even be able to detect the difference. Your tolerance has to be so high to even notice a difference at that level. So it doesn't really matter. Roommate from Reese, my sister-in-law. Hi, Sarah Bauman. Good to see you. Uh-oh. See that? Reese is done with her chat. We got bombarded. It's my sister-in-law. Here's the funny thing. She's a good girl. I had fun with her. She's fun. And I'm not dogging any of the girls that Tommy's been with. I click with her. I totally get. I see what he sees. She's a good one. She's a keeper. Humble and kind. Oh my God. A whole newfound respect for these folks who can take the heat. I couldn't take half a peanut. I was in some pain, y'all. I will try anything it was. Just came from Reese. Thank you, Amy. You're awesome. Isn't that great? Look at that. The room raid. We went from 90 people to 120, just like that. It's good to have Reese for a sister-in-law. Lori Lee, don't hate me, but I would put A1 on the best steak in the world. I'm not really proud of it, though. Hey, listen, here's the thing. To each his own. Honestly. Don't let that ever bother you. See? I'm a vegetarian, but I can care less what other people do. Look what I eat. I can look down my nose at anybody for what they eat. No worries at all. Mr. Wolf, I made a fermented apple mango habanero hot sauce with onion, garlic, apple cider vinegar to add extra pH protection. It's pretty good, but not that hot. I love habaneros, you know what I mean? And mango is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Today I did a little side-by-side. I really, really dig Not Your Mama's Barbecue from Hellfire. Toby Reveley, good to see you. It's a mango Reaper hot sauce. I really, really dig that one. So I've been kind of going crazy on that one. Today I did a side-by-side with Southern Symphony from. They're equal. They're amazing. I'd fight for those things. They're so good. Chili Chaplain, am I going to the Fire Foods? I don't know. You know what? I think I probably will. Here's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I can get it to happen. I'm going to see if I can get. Last year, Tommy, me, and Spanx went. It was great. They put us up in a really nice room and treated us like kings. You know what's cool? They let me check in under an assumed name, so nobody knew what room I was in or where I was, which is awfully nice. So I think we're going to go this year. I'm going to invite Tommy again. I'm going to ask Tommy if he would take his bride to be with him. I think that would be a fun trip. So we'll see. Silver Surfer, how much vitamin C is in chili compared to an orange or other fruit? Silver Surfer is my lead guy. Hey, Johnny. I love you, dude. Three times there's more vitamin C in one pepper than 3 oranges. So they're very, very good for you. There's a lot of reasons to eat it. Analog Adventure says, is there a recommended salsa to order? Apologies if this was answered. It's not. Renfro's is the name. Doug Renfro. Thank you. I know Doug. I feel so bad. He was not going to see this. If he did, I'd feel horrible because I forgot his last name. Doug's a good guy, and Renfro's make some good. They have a ghost pepper, so give that one a go. Noah says, do you think there's a point where someone's tolerance just peaks out, or can they always be built further? I'm a lunatic, and I can't. I'm the guy, you put my arm behind and twist it, I will let you snap it before I say uncle. I'm that guy. I don't like saying 10. I always think I can take a little more pain. So I think we can always take more. I think we can always build on what we got. I do. Problem is, how do you get to a place where it becomes, once you get high enough, just like lifting weights, when somebody first goes to a gym, you see gains like that. Holy mackerel, my clothes fit better. Once you're in the gym for a long time and you've got some muscle, it's much harder to see gain. It's like that with pods. Early on, it's like, oh my God, I used to eat a jalapeno. Now I can eat a ghost pepper. Once you get up around the hottest peppers, where do you go from there? Well, then you got to jump into tincture and crystals and things like that. So it becomes a lot harder, like getting an endorphin rush. When you're brand new, catching an endorphin rush is super easy. Jason P, I love you, dude. Italicizer, good to see you. We had a 1 hot minute last night for New Year's. It was spectacular. I don't even know what I was just saying there. Okay, our MB Mike says, does the Scoville scale of peppers vary or is it stable? Like, do all Carolina peppers? Nope, they do not. They're all over the place. Great question, though, Mike. Here's the problem with that. Most people know, if I ask, we'll just do a little test. What do people think? How hot is a Carolina Reaper, for example? Most people are going to say, squirrel. Most people in the chat are going to say it's going to range from 1.5 million to 2.2 million. That's what people are going to say. But you can pick two peppers from the same plant and they can be different. My business partner in the sauce game is David Foy from Blazing Foods. And every time he buys powder, Reaper powder, or any powder, we make it for products. We're making stuff. He'll send a sample off to a lab to get it tested so that he knows how much he needs to use to make sure his products are consistent, right? Well, for 6 years that I've known him, almost 7 years that I've known him, we've sent off not countless, but a lot of Reaper, all right, to get them tested. See, 1.7 is Dean is saying, 1.2. Most people will tell you 1.5 million to 2.2 million. I've never, ever seen Reaper powder test higher than 770,000 ever. Now, that's a problem because Reaper, water weight, there's no heat. You don't lose heat when you dehydrate them. When you turn into powder, you don't lose heat. You're just losing water weight. So it shouldn't be any less hot. It should be around 1 million or so. Never seen it. So it's definitely, you can't believe, here's the truth of it. Don't believe anything you read about Scoville heat units. Here's a good reason. Go over to Hot Ones. They'll tell you this is 2.4 million Scoville heat units. 2.4 million. I got the bottle and sent it off to a lab and had it tested. There's the lab results from the lab. See that? 61,019. Yet they claim they still claim that it's 2.4 million. Now, the problem with that, let me tell you where the problem just happens. Somebody goes out and eats this and thinks, holy mackerel, I can handle 2.4 million. Somebody hang out with me. And I say, I got some tincture. It's only 2 million. You want to have some with me? I say, sure, I can handle 2.4 million because I've had that sauce. We're going to have some tincture together. And you're going to see what 2 million really is. It's spooky hot. So there's just so much deception. And the reason that they claim, they're still claiming this is 2.4 million, is this bottle is about $30. And if you're wondering why the liquid's in there, that's about 91% of what the bottle originally contained. That's what it says right there. 91% of the bottle is Pepper X. That's about 91%. Yet somehow that sauce ended up being 61,000. Shameful. Dangerous to blatantly lie like they do. I think it's a sad thing. Powders can be bought at Blazing Foods. Great company. Good dude. This is really good. Chris and Melinda, we did a taste test between Hot Ones Last Dab and Swampadelic. Swampadelic is hotter and tastes better, in my opinion. Now, guess what? It doesn't ever say on a bottle of Swampadelic how hot it is. Not going to tell you ever because they don't make claims. My friend, I know the guy. He doesn't make claims on how hot something is. It doesn't matter. You like it, eat it. But this bottle, how much was the bottle of Swampadelic? $10? $12? 30? Crazy. You vote with your dollar, people. You vote with your dollar. Ashes to ashes, Ragnar says. That is a wicked good sauce. Hold on, Chili Chap. I'm right back at you. Ashes to ashes is a crazy hot sauce and delicious. I think that's 7-pot, isn't it? That's a great pepper. Danette! Thank you for being here, Danette. Happy New Year. Yeah, I love my sister. So weird. I haven't had a sister-in-law in a long time. She's a good one, though. I'm psyched about her. Last dab was $30. Swampadelic, 10. It's crazy. How would you say the sauces you sent me compared? This is what I would tell you, Sam. If this company was going to sell your sauce, they would say it was $2.25 million. That's what they say. I don't know. It's probably pretty close. You know what I mean? But the flavors, it's so much better flavor. This is the other weird thing about this sauce. You had this, Kristen, you had this yesterday. Am I nuts? Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't lead with that. Am I crazy, or did it taste to you like there was a spice in here? I don't know if it's marjoram or it's not thyme. I don't think it was rosemary. There was some spice in here that different. It wasn't pepper, but there's nothing on the label at all. Nothing on the label at all about anything but peppers. So I don't know where that spice came from. It's kind of driving me crazy because I can't quite put my finger on it. Krista Melinda, I should have taken a photo. Last app also left a weird yellow stain on my blue plate. Is it me that I find that wicked funny? Bizzle says, Kristen, normally I'd never suggest anyone to listen to me, but I have tried a lot. Bizzle's a good guy to listen to. Maybe turmeric, could be. Could be, Gamer Jackie. It is suspicious nonetheless. I don't know. There's something in there. It's like he doesn't say, but there's something in there. Here is Swampadelic. It's very, very good. But so that's the problem. It's like here's the deal. The problem with the whole SHU issue is that it's the lie that everybody wants to keep going. Let me give you an example. Hot Ones is claiming this is 2.4 million. You think they're going to stop saying that? You know why, right? Everybody here is relatively educated. A lot of people aren't. They go, oh my God, it's got pepper X in it. It's the hottest new pepper. I got to have it. They don't know any different, right? So the manufacturer is going to keep that lie going because you can hang a tag of $30 on this and sell them all day long because you're making claims that are absurd. So the manufacturer loves it. Now the Joe P consumer loves it. Oh my gosh, honey, I'm going to take this to work. It's 2.4 million. I'm psyched about it because I'm gonna go to work and tell everybody that, you watch Hot Ones. I got that sauce. I'm gonna have my lunch today. So they like having the lie, nobody wants to tell, I've never made a claim. Like our tube of Terra Peanuts has 13 million Scoville crystals sprinkled on them. I've had people ask me since we first released them, how hot are they? I'm like, hot as sin. Well, how hot? Wicked hot. Well, how hot? How many Scovilles? A lot of them. We've never, ever made a claim. Those words, I've never made a claim. There's no need to. Could we have sold more if we made claims? Probably. That's where the ego comes into play, Noah. It's beautiful. Thank you for that. So what do you guys think about me doing that? Reading some of the hate mail I get. I think it's funny. I get so many. I don't save them. I always delete them. I'm thinking about saving them now. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty funny. I might do that. Amy says, humble and kind. I could not take half a peanut. My throat was on fire for almost a full hour. Yeah, but here's the thing. It's no different than lifting weights. The difference with lifting weights is this. Like nobody read them, says Silver Surfer. I love hearing hate mail. That's it. I'm going to keep reading. Nobody goes into a gym and puts on, 500 pounds and lays down and gives it a shot, you wouldn't be able to move the bar, right? Nobody tries that. Problem is, it's just eating a peanut. So you may not have a tolerance, but you're just eating a peanut. So it's very easy to make a mistake. So just be careful. You can always eat more, but it's not that impressive. I mean, honestly, just done it for so long. I don't think it's too impressive for me. You know what I mean? It's just eating stuff. Bizzle says, I vote yes on hate mail. It's funny laughing at the people. The one this morning was a pretty good one. Danette, hate mail. Who could hate you? Oh, Danette, I got so many. I read a good one at the beginning of the video, early part of the video. I got a letter yesterday. It was funny. And I thought the first half, I don't want to read it again because I already read it once. But it's very funny. So I'm going to do it from now on. I'm going to start. I won't do it every day because that's absurd. But maybe once or twice, once a week, I'll read a good hate mail. Shelly Kelly, Swampadelic ordered. That's from my friend Troy Primo. He owns Primo's Peppers, Shelly Kelly. And it is just such a good sauce. Exactly. Gamer Jackie to say people who hate Tommy and Reese. Yep. Here's the thing. I feel bad for all of them. I really do. I feel bad. So I know some things about some of them that a lot of you guys don't know, and my heart breaks for them. They haven't had it easy. Doesn't mean that they should act the way they do. It doesn't give them a pass, but certainly makes me see them differently, and it breaks my heart for them. I feel bad for them. I can't imagine imagine Scoville's waking up just hating on Scoville's, going to bed hating on Scoville. That's a hard life. I feel bad for them. Tortured. Galthy, I hate people hate for the sake of hating. Get along. They do. Kind of how it is. I know you're not, Danette. You're a sweetheart. No, but here's the thing. You know what? It's really funny. Hey, Terry Sherrington, Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. Here's the truth of it, you guys. You have to understand that people that go after Tommy and I are people that were at one point in time friends of the channel, wrote me emails every day, love the channel. Unbelievable. And the craziest thing is we never had a bad word. Not a one. Just woke up one day and started to decide they were going to hate. All right. Han, you can compile some parts of the hate mails. Yeah, I could do that. I could definitely write a book about them. I mean, I got a bunch. Firehouse Subs, is Villain Sauce shipping to U.S.? Didn't work for me. You know what? I probably should have checked, right? I don't know. They sent it to me. I've been reviewing their sauces for a long time. I will look into it. It's if you can get your hands on it. Honest to God, they are really wonderful sauce makers. Really cool bottles too. Cool labels. It's very neat. I'm torn. I think if you feed them, you feed them if you read them on your lives. But follow your heart. Here's what I would do. Like this morning, the one I did this morning, I said his name. What I could do is I just wouldn't say their name moving forward. You know what I mean? But it's sort of funny. Like it's some of the stuff that it's bizarre. It's bizarre. Who was I talking to today about? Who's Brock? Or yesterday I was talking to Brock. Oh, I know. I was talking to my friend Lisa today. I bet, like, before I ever started my channel, I had people that hated me. Promise you. But if they said, quick, make a list of everybody who hates you, I could do it like that. I knew who they were. I knew exactly why they hated me. In almost every case, you bet they had a reason to hate me. And if I were them, I would have hated me too. I started a channel, and now I have people that hate me. I don't know why. It's bizarre. Johnny, read my comment, please. Need some help, struggling. Guys, we're going to wrap it up right now. My email is chasetheheat@gmail.com, Swiss Vapor. Let's talk. You guys, I love you. I love you all. I'm reaching out to a friend right now. Sorry to end this. I have a friend in need. Who's my friend indeed. I love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Swiss Vapor. Email me at chasetheheat@gmail.com. I got you right now. Love you guys.